Hello everyone, a warm good morning to all of you. Would like to welcome to all to our the complete paper solution of SSB lecture of December 2023. I would like to welcome to all again for the series 5 okay, this is going to be your number 5 of the our under the discussion of the complete paper solution Odisha SSB uh, lectures December 2023, and it's very important topics, and today you will get the full length of explanation and additional information along with your questions. Okay, previous year question plus the additional important explanation and the additional information. Okay, and the significance of the this session, following the important for the PGT SSB PGT, also the OPSC PGT. Okay, the OPSC PGT and SSB PGT, and also important for the SSB lecture, obviously, because it is a previous year question of your SSB lecture 2023 December. Okay, and also important from the UGC net. Okay, and also people those are preparing for the set examination, for example MRFT, it is also important from them, and also important for the assistant professor. Okay, so this is all about the overview of the today session. Okay, and uh, before starting our discussion, I would like to tell you one thing, that how to maintain consistency and why the student not maintain consistency. As it has been observed by me, most of the people are keeping lazy. Okay, uh, the keeping away from their study because of the uncertainty of the exam date. And one thing you always remember, as I have already told you, that perseverance is not a long race, it is the many short race, one after the others. Okay, so similarly for the concerning the date of examination, you need to see, or you need to look after the 1 month and after the another month. Okay, because we all know that it will take time for the examinations. Okay, so that is how it is not a long race, but it is a what many short race. 1 month after 1 month we need to keep preparing, we need to keep motivate ourselves, we need to keep push ourselves. That is how a short race, that one after the another month, one after the another try, one after the another preparation. So this is how the way to keep motivate yourself. So this is the one solution from my side. So without delay, let's start our discussion. And before that, the objective which I have always told you: first thing, PYQ plus the expected question; second thing, to provide additional information; third thing, to cover all the topic extensively. Okay, so let's start. So so in the last session we have discussed up to the question number 40, and in this session we will discuss from question number 40 to question number 50. Okay guys, okay, let's start. So first question in front of you, that who said God is self evident, impersonal, omniscient, the knower and the master, nature and the Lord for all. Okay, God is what? Self evident, impersonal, uh, Lord for all, knower, the master of the nature. So uh, the keyword here, the master of nature. Okay, the keyword is the master of the nature and Lord for all. So obviously the all we know the answer of this question is option C, Swami Vivekananda. So okay, Swami Vivekananda. And let's see that what he trying to say. So for the examination, we need to remember the few of important thing for the topic of Swami Vivekananda. That first Parliament religion was held in Chicago, the one of the city of USA. Okay, in USA there is a city that is known as Chicago, and there was held a parliament of religion in 1893. Okay, in 1893, in parliament of religion, Swami Vivekananda delivered a famous speech. Okay, okay, that is how the question here basically frame. Okay, the one question, in which year it was take place, the parliament of religion 1893, and which place, Chicago. Okay, okay, and Swami Vivekananda. Okay, fine. Then there is a concept of the philosophy of new Vedanta. What is the philosophy of new Vedanta, and what is the concept of the master nature and the God is a master nature or self-evident? So let's see. Service, sacrifice and freedom. Service, sacrifice and freedom. Okay, the philosophy of Vedanta believes in service, sacrifice and freedom, and believes in oneness of the God. Okay, okay, philosophy of new Vedanta believes in what? The oneness of God, not the multiplicity, but the oneness of the God, monisms. Okay, oneness of the God, and it promote the universal toleration. Okay, because the God represent the wish of each and everyone. Okay, and we need to tolerate each and every one's exercise, their practice and different thing. So again, the universal toleration, oneness in God, sacrifice, freedom, service, these are the principle of the new Vedanta. Okay, these are the principle of the new Vedanta, which is promulgated by your Swami Vivekananda. Very very important. Okay, then the important book written by Swami Vivekananda, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga. So don't confuse with Aurobindo Ghosh. Whenever I teach you that Karma Yoga, means you need to remember the Swami Vivekananda. Raja Yoga, then you need to remember Swami Vivekananda. Vedanta philosophy, we have already discussed. Vedanta philosophy itself a paper by Swami Vivekananda. And Inspired Talks. Okay, Inspired Talks, Vedanta philosophy, Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, these are the famous important book by Swami Vivekananda. Okay, okay, fine. Then coming to the question, that God is the master nature, self evident, impersonal. God is not personal but impersonal, universal, omniscient, everywhere. So this is how the concept by your the new Vedanta philosophy. When we uh, talk about Vivekananda, we can see that how the new Vedanta philosophy talks about the God is oneness, the God is omniscient, God is impersonal, the universal toleration. Okay, so that this is how the way you need to remember for the Swami Vivekananda. Okay, fine. Then moving to the another question, who said, okay, who said public administration consists of all those operations having for their purpose the fulfillment and enforcement of the public policy. Keyword is enforcement of the public policy. Enforcement of the public policy. Option A, LD White. B, Negro. C, Fitner. D, Peter Self. Okay, okay. So, who said the public administration consists of all those operations having for their purpose the fulfillment of enforcement of the public policy? It is said by whom? Now, LD White. Option A, LD White. Enforcement of the public policy, the keyword. Okay, option A, LD White. So let's quickly revise the extra information for examination. What are the extra information for examination? Now these are the famous statement said by the different thinker. For example, public administration is a detailed, okay, public administration is a detailed and systematic application of law. Okay, systematic application of the law is a keyword, and detailed is a keyword by Woodrow Wilson. Okay, Woodrow Wilson, the detailed and systematic application of law. Public administration, detailed and systematic application of law. Similarly, LD White, public administration consists of all those operations having for their purpose the fulfillment of the public policy as a declared by authority. What is the purpose of the all operation or public administration? Now, fulfillment of the public policy as declared by authority. Okay, declared by authority, enforcement of the public policy, these are the key term you need to remember. Okay, okay. Then another statement similarly, by public administration is meant the activity of the executive branch of national, state and local level, local government. Okay, so that is Herbert Simon. Herbert Simon believes the executive branch or including the national, state, local governments. Okay, so everywhere the bureaucrats or public administration are available. If you talk about local level, in local level there is a availability of the BDO, Tahsildar. Okay, that is how they are the local government or the bureaucrats or the public administration. At the state level, your state election or commissioner, your the district collector, district magistrate, sub-divisional officer. So these are the your state level bureaucrat. At the national level, your principal secretary, your the chief secretary. So these are the your national level bureaucrat or the public administration, and these are the part of the executive branch. Okay, so Herbert Simon believed that the executive branch, which consists national, state and local level, and their activity is known as public administration. Okay, done. Okay, so all of you need to remember these things. Okay, then another statement, that public administration is art and science of management are applied to affair of the states. Okay, that is said by Dwight Waldo. So the keyword here you just remember, art and science of management. Okay, so art and science of management, public administration means art and science of management by the Dwight Waldo. Who said this statement? Art and science of management, public administration, Dwight Waldo. Very important, everyone. Then classical principle of the public administration, another state, is merely proverbs and unscientific. Who said classical principle of public administration is unscientific? Herbert Simon. So here what we notice two statements regarding Herbert Simon. Public administration activity of executive branch, national, state and local government. Similarly, Herbert Simon also talks about it is a unscientific. Classical principle of public administration is unscientific and merely proverb. Very important. Okay, classical principle of public administration merely proverb and unscientific according to Herbert Simon. Very important. Then another statement, art of administration is the direction, coordination, control of many persons to achieve some purpose of the objective. So there is a definitely an objective and purpose. Okay, purpose and objective is available each and every kind of organization, be it our contest also. In our YouTube as an organization, we have a purpose or objective to clear the SSB lecture and PGT examination. SSB lecture, PGT examination our objective. Similarly, according to LD White, the art of administration, the purpose of administration is what? To achieve a purpose or objective of administration with the help of direction, coordination within organization and member also, and control of many persons. That is how LD White. So we have a learn regarding LD White the three statements. One statement, you all agree with me. Two statement, you all agree with me. Three statement. Here the enforcement of public policy, keyword. Only focus the keyword. All divide here the declare by authority. Second. Third, here the purpose and objective. Very important, everyone. Very important. All you need to remember. Then another statement, administration is the organization and use of the man and material to accomplish a purpose. So here the F.A. Negro, okay, Felix A. Negro came to picture that administration means what? Organization and use of the man and material. That is how keyword use of the man and materials, that is solves. Okay, here Felix Negro talks about it is the organization consists use of the man and materials. That solves. F.A. Negro. Then public administration is a fulfillment and enforcement of the public policy as declared by competent authority. MEDMOC. So here most of people confuse with regarding this statement and questions. Question is talk about enforcement of public policy. Here also talks about enforcement of public policy. Which one is correct? Let's see. All of them is correct, none of them incorrect here, because you have to remember it is all those person and their purpose. But here that what mention, they mention here enforcement of public policy or fulfillment of the public policy, but there mention all the purpose. Okay, purpose is the keyword there. So this is how you need to difference between ME-DEMOC, Marshall-E-DeMonk statement and aldehyde-DeMonk statement. Marshall-E-DeMonk talks about the fulfillment or enforcement of public policy, that is solves. But here the concept with respect to aldehyde, that all those operation, keyword, all those operation having their purpose the fulfillment or the enforcement of the public policy, but there only fulfillment of the public policy by the competent authority. Very very important, that need to make the difference clear. Okay, another statement, administration has to do with getting things done. Okay, administration has to do with getting things done with accomplishment of defined objective. Okay, so there is a defined objective, but that objective need to achieve with the help of the management, with the help of the class of managerial people. That is how Luther Gullick getting things done. And your homework, another scholar who also used the concept getting things done, that you need to remember. Okay, I know you will confuse here, that Luther Gullick also talks about getting things done. Another scholar who also talk about public political science or public administration something, getting things done. Who is the scholar that you highlight? Okay, that you need to highlight. So after this statement all about the you're related to the public administrations, you need to remember and for the examination. Okay, then after that we are going to switch the another questions, that read the following statement and identify wrong ones during the post Cold War era. So this question about the concept regarding the post Cold War era. Okay, correct one, sorry, wrong one, find out the wrong one. Option A, option 1, the international donor agency pressured hard for the shrinking of the public sphere. First option. Second option, they also prescribed downsizing the government and hard-boiled management. Okay, hard-boiled management. Okay, then third, people's participations and decentralization governance were discouraged. Okay, so which thing is discouraged? People's participation and decentralized governance. Then option 4, public administration is experiencing a constant increase of social needs which cause shifting of the boundary of the discipline. Okay, how the discipline of as a public administration evolving. Now public administration is expressing constant increase of social needs. Okay, and which caused the shifting of the boundary of the discipline. So you need to find the wrong one. So obviously you just find out the positive option or the statement, correct statement, you will get the incorrect statement. So here you can see the option 4 is basically correct, first is also correct, second is also correct. Then you can use the elimination method, first is correct, third is correct. Okay, fourth is correct, but third is incorrect because the word is discouraged. No, decentralization, people's participation, these are the concept of the post Cold War era. Okay, so post Cold War era means what? Cold War was ended in 1991. Cold War was ended in 1991. If we talk about Indian context, after the 1991 there is introduction of Panchayat Raj system, that is how decentralization of governance. There is introduction of e-governance, there is introduction of liberalization, privatization, globalization. These are the examples of the people's participation, decentralization, governance, the Panchayat Raj system. These are the concept of post Cold War era. How can it be discouraged? And here mentioned discouraged, and this is the answer because that's question incorrect. So this is how the way you need to use the eliminate method. Okay, fine. Another similar line question, which one is not character of new public administration? NPA means new public administration. Okay guys, so it is more neutral and less normative. Okay, it is stress ethics and value. Option C, increasing the orientation towards the changing reality. Option D, influencing the policy which can improve the quality of working life. Which one is not correct? So obviously B, C, D is correct, but A is incorrect because it is not neutral, it is more active in nature, it is not less normative, it is the value, it is talk about the value. Okay, so that is how A is answers. Let's see quickly the basically extra information. And you need to remember here, it is not new public management, but it is a new public administration. Okay, originated in Minobrook. Just forget this one, it is all about new public management, but you need to remember that the new public administration, okay, new public administrations was associated with the Minobrook conference first. Okay, Minobrook conference first, and in the year of 1968. Okay, in the year of 1968. Okay, Minobrook conference first. Okay guys, getting my point? And who basically chairperson of the first Minobrook conference? Now Waldo, Waldo was the chairperson of the first Minobrook conference. Okay. Then also another scholar, Frank Marini, who basically published a paper towards a new public administration. Okay, towards a new public administration. Okay, so this is how Frank Marini. Okay, you need to remember that is how the new public administration, and that basically what is the requirement of new public administration? Now, because of the disturbance and that caused the instability and the crisis in the American political systems. Okay, and that resulted into the creation of new public administration, which believe in value, relevance, which talks about the social change, which talks about the equity. Okay, which talks about the ethics, different things. Then we are going to see another question number 45. What define the capacity, understanding, judgment and imagination driven character of the decision maker? The keyword is the decision maker. And who has the power to take decisions? Obviously those have authority. We have already discussed. Option B is answer. Now authority allowed to take a decisions with a right way, with proper judgment, with a proper imagination and with proper understanding, and they have the capacity. And authority, for example, any kind of a political institution, they have authority, they have a capacity, and to develop a capacity building also requirement. So this is how the authority take the decisions. Okay, answer is authority. Difference between authority and intelligence is need to require. Intelligence, everyone have used its intelligence to take any kind of decision, but in our context, authority basically take the decision with the right way or with a proper capacity. That is how the concept in political science we understand. So this is all about the understanding of authority. Now we are going to see the question number 46. Who said coordination is the first principle of the organization and include within itself the all other principles which are subordinate to it and through within it operates? Okay, talks about coordination is the first principles. First and foremost principle is coordination, and followed by there is other principle. Who said? Option A Terry, option B Newman, option C Monet, and option D White. So correct answer of the question number 46 is option C, the Monet. Okay. So let's see regarding the concept regarding Monet. So he wrote a book, Onward Industry. Okay, Monet and Riley. Okay. Monet and Riley, they wrote a book, Onward Industry. Okay. Another book, Principle of Organization, 1939. In 1939, Principle of Organization book written by Monet and Riley. And in this book, they talk about 4 principles of organization. How many principles of organization? 4 principles of organization. First principle, coordinative principle. Okay. That is how the first principle is coordinative principle, and it is the one of the superior principle consider. The coordinate is the first principle and followed by other principle subordinate to the coordinate principle. First is coordinate principle, second is scalar principle, third is functional principle, and fourth is the staff line principle. Okay, coordinative principle. Okay, so this is the 4 principle. They can also ask the in chronological manner. You need to remember the Monet and Riley talks about the 4 principle considering the coordination principle, that is the coordination within organization, within the basically employee there must be a cooperation, collaboration and coordination. Okay, that is the first principle. Second principle, the scalar principle. Scalar principle means, for example, employee A want to interact with the department of Z. Then employee A will request to its superior, then the superior will request its another employee or the authority, then he will talks the message of employee A. That is how the scalar principle talks about the interaction is not directly take place, but it take place indirectly through the scalar way or through the chain way. Okay, that is the scalar principle. And there is another principle, functional principle, and also the staff line principle. So this is how the four principle by of organization by Monet and Riley. Okay, Monet and Riley talks about four principle: coordinative principle, scalar principle, functional, staff line. Okay, the last one is the staff line. They can ask the question, the which among the following thing are consider the staff line is a last principle of the principle of organization, or the not a least principle. You need to remember the staff line. Okay, staff line is a fourth principle. That is how said by Monet and Riley. What is the first principle? Coordinative principle. Second, scalar. Third, functional. And the fourth is the staff line. Very important for the upcoming examination. Okay. After that, the question number 47, who describe a policy process cycle in which it include the agenda setting. Okay, policy, within policy there is a agenda setting, issue analysis, implementations, evaluation and terminations. Okay, so the policy cycle or policy process cycle including how many stage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who said? Option A, Edward Quaid. Option B, May and the Wildhaskay. Then option C, Harold Laswell. And option D, Dahl and Lindblom. Okay, Dahl and Lindblom. So the correct answer of this question, option B, May and Wildhaskay. Okay. So let's see different scholar and the policy process stage. Okay, policy process stage given by the different scholar. Let's have a quick recap. So first, Thomas R. Dye. Okay, Thomas R. Dye in his book Understanding Public Policy. First, you need to remember the book of the Thomas R. Dye, Understanding Public Policy. If you want to study the public policy, you must study the Understanding Public Policy book by Thomas R. Dye. And there he developed a approach of 6 stages in policy process. First, the problem identifications. For example, problem identification is the first. Second, agenda setting. Third, policy formulation. Then fourth, policy legitimations. Then sixth, policy implementation. And fifth, policy implementation. And sixth, policy evaluation. So this is how the 6 stages of the in policy process according to Thomas R. Dye. Okay, so 6 stages in policy process in which book? Understanding the Public Policy. In Understanding Public Policy, he came with the 6 stages in policy process. The first is the problem identification. Okay, first is problem identification and last policy evaluation. So just remember first and last. Okay, policy identification, last one is policy evaluation. Obviously, evaluation is required each and every things, be it your examination, be it your policy, be it your social activity, be it your election, be it your different thing. A political party after the post election, they also evaluate their vote performance, their vote turnout, different thing. Similarly, in policy process also the stages of policy process include the policy evaluation. But first thing, your problem identification. Okay, I can give you example here. How? Because it will be helpful to remember these 60 stages. Okay, for example, problem. We are all people of the SSB lecturer and PGT aspirant, and we have a problem to clear the SSB lecture and the PGT examination. That is our problem. Agenda setting means what? We build a idea on the principle that we need to first see the previous year questions, see the requirement of the examinations, and we need to prepare according to the syllabus. We need to clear this cutoff. So this is how our part or principle of the agenda. Now we need to do this thing, we need to do that thing, because of that, because of this. This is how agenda talks about our requirement, our need, and our future sticks. That is how agenda setting. We are trying to do something. Then policy formulations. On the basis of our agenda, whatever we have said the principle, we are trying to formulate it. For example, we are attending the class of Tapas sir, we are referring the book, we are also referring the notice of the SSB lectures. This is how we formulate. We formulate means what? We try to include those things which are the part of our directly or indirectly the our examination. That is why formulate. Then we try to legitimate. Okay, legitimation means what? That we have a trust that we are preparing in right directions. We have a belief or we have a faith in our work that we are doing good thing in a day to day, and for the cracking this examination, this is how are the routes, this is how are the directions. Okay, we believe whatever we doing. For example, we taking class regularly, we attending the quiz weekly, or we also memorizing or revising the content in time to time. This is how the policy legitimation. You believe in yourself, you believe the process, you trust on the process. Then another thing, the implementation. Last, you try to implement, you try to educate, you try to active that things. Okay, you try to active that things. Okay, now day to day you improve the things. You try to do different thing. You attend mock test during the time of examination, you attend marathon. So this is how education, that is implementation. In evaluation, that you try to check whether our objective achieve or not, how far our objective achieves, where the problem, you evaluate accordingly, and you self reflected on that. So this is how the 6 stages in policy process. First one, all will be recite with me, problem identifications. Okay, just recall the example, problem identification, SSB. After problem identification, what we need to do? Agenda setting. Okay, syllabus, question, PYQ, this thing, that thing, agenda setting. After agenda setting, we need to do what? Formulation, including everything, directly or indirectly, formulation. Fourth thing, what you need to do? Now we need to do legislation, policy legitimation. This is how we believe or trust ourselves. Fifth thing, we do the implementation. Sixth, the evaluation. This is how the important things we need to remember. Moving to the next, May and Wildskate talks about the 5 stages in policy process, that the agenda setting. So in the case of the Thomas Ardai, they can ask the question, who consider the problem identification is the first stage of the policy process, and all the stage is subordinate to the first stage. So this is how said by Thomas Ardai. And here the May and Wild Sky talks about agenda setting is the first stage of the policy process, followed by issue analysis. You analyze the different issue A, issue B, issue C. You analyze the different issue, then accordingly you implement. And evaluation, you evaluate, yes, our objective is fulfilled. If your objective is fulfilled, you terminate these things, because after the termination of your goal, you need to jump or switch to another process or another step of your success or step of your goal. That is how the termination. So this is how the last one is the termination, that is 5th point, and first one is the agenda setting. First agenda setting, then last the termination for the May and Wild Sky. Very very important for the exam point of view. Okay, then last not the least, Harold Laswell in his policy science talk about the stages of the policy process, and he talks the 7 stages: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, stage 6, stage 7. Okay, he talked the 7 stages in the policy process. But in the case of Thomas Ardai, there are 60 stages. How many stages? 60 stages. In the case of May and Wild Sky, there is a 5th stage. But in the case of Harold Laswell, there is 7 stages. The first one is the intelligence. Second one is the promotion. Third, the prescription. Fourth, invocation. Fifth is application. UGC net, PYQ, very very important. UGC net, PYQ, 5th stage, which is the 5th stage of the Harold Laswell. That is our application. That could be possible examination in our SSB also. Then the the second last evaluation, and the last is termination. So you can compare that evaluation and termination similar exist with the MA Wild Sky and the Harold as well. So you just remember this thing: the first principle of the status police process by the Harold Laswell, the intelligence, then followed by promotion, prescription, invocation, and application. Application is the 5. Okay, first intelligence and promotion. Okay, intelligence, promotion, last that evaluation and termination. Harold Laswell talks about the 7 stages of the police process. They can also ask the question: how many stages of the police process highlighted by Harold Laswell? 7 process. Very very important. So after this is the policy process or stages of the policy process by different thinker. We need to switch to another question, that is question number. So the question number 48, identify the wrong pair and book and author. Option A, Modern Public Administration, Phyllis Negro. Option B, Introduction to the Public Administration, Ian Gladden. Option C, The Ecology of Public Administration, F.W. Rich. And option D, Policy and Administration, Paul H. Appleby. So which one is the wrong pair book? The answer of this question is option B. The Introduction to Study of Public Administration is not written by the Ian Gladden but written by the L.D. White. It is a first textbook towards the understanding introduction to the public administration. Okay, so similar way we need to revise the few of important book and thinker. For example, the Study of Administration, the essay by Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson wrote a essay, the Study of Administration. Who wrote the Study of Administration? Woodrow Wilson. Then Politics and Administration, Frank J. Goodnow. In 1900, the Politics and Administration written by Frank J. Goodnow. Frank J. Goodnow wrote a book, Politics and Administration. Okay. Then Introduction to Study of the Public Administration in 1926 is the first textbook wrote by L.D. White. Okay, L.D. White wrote a first textbook that is the Introduction to the Study of the Public Administration in 1926. Okay. Then Willoughby, W.F. Willoughby wrote a book, The Principle of the Public Administration. Who wrote a book, Principle of Public Administration? And W.F. Willoughby. Okay. Okay. Then essay, The Science of Administration by Luther Gulick and Orwick. The co-author Luther Gulick and Orwick, The Science of Administration essay. Okay. Okay. Science of Administration essay by Luther Gulick and Orwick. Then Principle of Organization, Riley and Monet in 1939. We have discussed already. Okay. Already we have discussed. Then Function of Educative, 1938. So Function of Educative, 1938 by Chester Barnard. So if you ask me, sir, year also important, I will say year is not important, but you need to just remember the scholar. Okay. Okay, you need to just remember the scholar. Okay. Okay. So that is how the thing. Chester Barnard, Function of Educative. And Administrative Behavior, Herbert Simon. Herbert Simon wrote a book, Administrative Behavior. Okay. Then Science of Public Administration, The 3 Problem by Robert Dahl. Robert Dahl wrote a book, The Science of the Public Administration, The 3 Problem. What are the 3 problem? This is your work, homework to Google it. Okay. The 3 problem, The Science of Public Administration, Robert Dahl. Even they can ask the question, in Science of Public Administration, Robert Dahl talks about how many problem? 3 problem. Total 3 problem are there. Then Administrative State, Dwight Waldo. You no need to confusion between administrative state and administrative behavior. When I talk about administrative behavior, this belong to the Herbert Simon. Okay. So Herbert Simon, administrative behavior. Then your Dwight Waldo, administrative state. Okay. State and behavior, two different things. Just remember. Then question number 49. The estimate committee of the parliament consists of option A 15 members from Lok Sabha and 7 members from Rajya Sabha, option B 22 members from Lok Sabha, and option C 25 members from Lok Sabha, and option D 30 members from Lok Sabha. Estimate committee of the parliament consists of, okay, so the correct answer of this question option D, 30 members from the Lok Sabha. Let's quickly revise the concept. Okay, so we all know there are the 3 important parliamentary basically standing committee. Okay, parliamentary standing committee, and these are the Public Account Committee, Estimate Committee, and Public Undertaking Committee. So let's quickly revise. Public Account Committee formed in 1921. Okay, so 1921 Public Account Committee under the Government of India 1919. Okay. Okay, then total member in Public Account Committee 22. How many member in Public Account Committee? 22 member in Public Account Committee, 15 from Lok Sabha, 7 from Rajya Sabha. Okay, 15 belongs to Lok Sabha, 7 to Rajya Sabha. The term is 1 year. Each and every committee, the term is 1 year. Term or tenure is 1 year. Then elections. So election to the public account committee is based on the proportional representation by the means of the single transferable vote. Okay, PR and STV. PR and STV. PR means proportional representation, STV means single transferable vote. And minister cannot be a member of the public account committee, neither the public account committee nor the estimate or be it your the public undertaking committee. Okay, minister is not a member of this committee. Okay, then what is the work of this committee? Now, annual audit report of the CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. So they did a annual audit of the CAG. What about the report traced by the CAG? It is audit by the public account committee. Then after that we shall move to the estimate committee. Estimate committee, it is created under the recommendation of the basically John Mathai. Okay, and total member 30, they all from the Lok Sabha. So the all member are from the Lok Sabha. And tenure you all know, the 1 year we have discussed. Election similarly the PR and STV, and minister is not cannot be member. The work of it examine the expenditure, meet budget and suggest the public expenditure. So it helps or it suggests the budget. Okay, budget related to budget, the estimate committee budget regarding the budget work. Then your the public undertaking committee. Public undertaking committee 1964 under the recommendation of Krishna Menon. Okay, Krishna Menon, public undertaking committee. John Mathai, estimate committee. Public account committee, Government of India 1919. So how many member? Like the public account committee, total 20 member, 15 from Lok Sabha, 7 from Rajya Sabha. Election similarly PR, STV and the term 1 year, and minister is not the member of it. So this is how the quick recap of the different committee with regard to the parliamentary standing committee. Okay guys, then we are our with last question, not the least of today, our fifth series of the SSB complete paper solution of SSB lecture December 2023. So let's see the question that in Indian parliamentary system, when a joint session is held to end the emphasis, who preside over the meeting? Simply the question that who presided over the joint sitting of the parliament. So we all know the answer of this question is Speaker of Lok Sabha. Option C is the answer. And there are the other few important things that Speaker of Lok Sabha is to be a member of House of People. Okay, House of People means Lok Sabha. Then he became a Speaker of Lok Sabha. He is presiding officer of the House. Okay, so we all know the presiding officer of House is the of Lok Sabha is Speaker, and the term of the Rajya Sabha, the chairman, vice president. However, in the removal process of his, he neither preside the House nor vote in proceedings. Okay. So the regarding the his removal, he is not preside over the House. Okay. And anti-defection law is also applicable to him, but in case of the merger there is a exception. Okay, so anti-defection law also applicable to the speaker or applicable to the any leader or the legislature of the political party. What are the special power of speaker? Declare a bill as money bill or not. Okay, a bill is money bill or not declared by the speaker. And your homework, that in which article the money bill mentioned. Regarding the money bill, which article of the constitutions describe. Okay, that you need to Google it or you need to revise it. And he preside over the joint sitting. Under which article the joint sitting concept or provision mentioned? This is you need to tell. You need to recall, you need to revise that which article of the constitution talks about the joint sitting. Okay guys, so this is your all about the speaker for this question. Okay, and speaker does not vacate the office basically in the also the election time, because he need to maintain the house decorum. So this is how the three the important special power we need to remember. So this is all about from mindset for the topic of the speaker the topic of the complete paper solution of the December 2023. And if you like my effort, please do subscribe my channel, do like my channel as your mark of attendance, and also do share with your all one friends that could help to achieve my 500 subscribers. So this is my humble request to all of you. Please fulfill my target. So this is all about prime mindset for this topic. Thank you everyone for being part of this lesson. Thank you.